All right, here we are, day 24, workshop Wasteland tricks or treats. I got some powder coating equipment, and I'm super excited to show you what I got, show you what I built, and look for some tips and tricks from all of you in the comments because I'm brand new to powder coating. I've never really done it. I have a basic understanding of it, but I'm going to need some help. So let's check out what I got. Hopefully I made the right choices. I guess you can let me know down in the comments. Well, first and foremost, I have the Eastwood hot coat powder coating system. It's the PCS 250 dual voltage powder coating gun. I picked this up off of Facebook Marketplace for $100, which I thought was a really good deal. It was brand new, unused, and I played around with it a little bit. Seems to work perfectly fine, and overall it did powder coat a couple of parts. So if there are any tips and tricks out there for this powder coating gun, please by all means let me know. The next thing I picked up was two colors of this Columbia Coatings branded powder coat. As you can see, this one is called Glass Clear because I want to just like clear coat some metal pieces and leave them in the machined metal finish. And then this is dark green. I think it's actually forest green if I'm not mistaken. And this is going to be for the main parts of my engine. I'm going to paint them in green. Just wanted to say I bought powder from Columbia Coatings. I know there's a ton more places you can buy powder coating supplies from, but from my understanding this is a smaller mom and pop type company, and I like supporting local businesses. If this is not a local business and anybody knows of somewhere that is, please by all means share it. I'd rather give them my money. This is some tape that is apparently able to withstand the temperatures of powder coating, so you can tape and mask off your parts, and this tape can be baked right along with the powder in the heat treating oven. Also wanted to throw out there, they threw in some freeze-dried candy. This is freeze-dried candy corn. They must know me pretty well. I absolutely love candy corn, and this freeze-dried candy corn's pretty darn good. So a little bit of a treat that they give you with your orders. And then I have this. We got an engine in this wooden shipping crate at work, and we did not have to return the engine, so this was effectively trash. I cut it up and modified it and made what I hope will be a pretty sweet little powder coating booth. Obviously it's painted white inside. I got a filter in the back, got some light strips up top, and a hook right here which I will connect my ground, or connect my parts to for the ground connection, so the powder will be electrically pulled into the pieces. So hopefully this will work out pretty well. On the back of this box I got a little power supply and a small 12-volt fan. I played around just like waving the gun in front of this so that it's seeing if it's pulling the powder in. Hopefully I'm not pulling too much, but it seems to work pretty well. This is some foil tape that I put over the fan to block some of it off. It was initially pulling way too much through and actually kind of pulling the powder away from the parts and pieces. So I think this is going to work pretty good. I may also look and see if this is like a PWM type fan, but it only had 2 wires, so I do not think that it is. But it is just a basic 12-volt computer fan. Hopefully it will work. I guess time will tell. And the filter inside may or may not really capture all of the powder. As you can see, it definitely got some because there's a big black stain on the back of it, but I'm going to pay attention as I'm using it and see if it's blowing any powder out the back. Obviously, I'm not trying to breathe this crap in. Worst case scenario, I'll wear a respirator. Best case scenario, I'll keep my shop clean and it won't be covered in powder coating dust. And then last but not least, my secondary part to all of this is a heat treating oven that I made for knife making, and I'm going to use it to cure powder coat inside of there. Right now it's storing some chemicals and some other clutter, but as you can see, it's just a typical ceramic kiln. I do have a K-type thermocouple that's plugged in and dropped down there in the top of the ceramic kiln, and I wired in a PID controller to accurately adjust the temperature in there. And once you give it a chance to preheat and stabilize, it holds temperature dead on, absolutely perfect. Hopefully, again, this will work pretty good. I guess I need to make some sort of a rack so I have a bar going across and I can take my parts in there and hang them up. But I think overall it should work pretty well. It definitely gets hot enough, and obviously it can maintain temperature, so I believe we're going to be in the ballpark with this for what we need. Like I said, don't mind all the clutter on top of there right now. It's been a bit of storage more than anything. So this is the part where you could come into play. If you have any helpful tips or tricks or some just good beginner advice on powder coating, like I said, I'm basically brand new to it. I did powder coat one piece just to test to see if it actually worked. Let me grab that real quick and I'll show you. This was just like an aluminum heat sink that I just had laying around. It, isn't serving any purpose. I powder coated it black with some Harbor Freight powder coat. The texture seems pretty rough. I assumed it would have baked down better if I put it in the oven. I cured this with a heat gun, which I'm sure is less than ideal. Maybe that would have been good to like flash cure it and then bake it in an oven. It may have been leveled out a little bit more, but again, I don't know. I'm new to all of this. I only know what I've seen a little bit about on YouTube, and we'll kind of figure it out as we go on some scrap parts and pieces before I try and powder coat my engine and end up with a crappy product on what's effectively a finished engine. So speaking of engine, if you haven't watched that video series, I'll try and put a link to the playlist up here. I machined an entire engine on YouTube, posted every video, every step of the way. You should probably check it out, watch the videos, enjoy the content. Again, give feedback, tips, and tricks if you may have any. And as always, I will take the advice for what it's worth and hopefully implement some of that in my videos and the projects that I'm doing. We're getting very close to the end of this tips and tricks video. I have a really awesome treat at the very end, which is going to be on Halloween. So what are we, 3 days away, 2 days away? And hopefully you enjoy that as well. So please stay tuned for that. Look forward to sharing an awesome treat with you guys. I'm pretty excited about it, and I can't wait to show you. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to like the video. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.